Hello everyone, welcome to the Advancement Centre and welcome to the world of magic and miracles. Once again, we're talking about things that seem a little bit out of place in everyday life. But in fact, our everyday life is taking on a new format. If you look around at what's being revealed about humanity through the children, through those who have been diagnosed with all sorts of uncontrollable diseases that are in fact just showing the uniqueness of the human being. They're showing that as that mild cover is being removed, we are so active that life around us can't slow us down. Some of the children are hyperactive, but the majority of them are more than hyperactive. They're actually showing their colours, but only partially. We have an energetic field that never ends. We have the ability to go way beyond what we've been used to. And we have access to the unknown in a form that we think is a little strange when it appears in a child. When a child knows all about mathematics when they're 3-year-old, when they know all about the stars, can name all the fish, can carry out tasks that they've never been exposed to. So we're just starting to strip back the layer that's been put on top of us to say that we are limited and that the calmness that we experience is what we all should experience. But in fact, there's more calm in random movement than there is in the slowness that we have had to put up with. If you have ever walked behind someone who's walking very, very slow and you can't get past them, and you're in the middle of Manhattan or something like that, you get worn out because it's much harder for you to run at that rate than it is for you to go at your natural harmonic rate. The children are starting to show, even though we can put it down to chemical interaction, they're starting to show that there's a reality within us that is much more advanced in so many areas than we've ever looked at. And as the surface becomes disturbed, more people are coming into the world with those natural features, with or without the interference of chemicals. We're starting to show that we are quite different than we ever even expected. And so the world is being forced to accommodate all these differences that are appearing in people, the sensitivities, the insensitivities, the genius and the not so genius. And our one direction system that says you are judged by an average norm or normal. Even in medicine, you are judged against a normal. It's having to be expanded because we are so varied and so different that society is being pressured into changing its ways. If we look at what we think is disharmony, you'll find in the middle of it all there is a skill that we have never looked at. There's a provision that we should have made in the world for a particular type of person or a particular action. Each time I feel an input from outside this world, it is totally random and without any recognition from myself or anybody else. And at this time, we are starting to get used to the fact that there are interactions that cannot be listed in the normal terms. Our dreams are becoming clearer, as if we can reach out and touch them. The instant that we start to talk, we get pictures of other people, of other events, and in a fraction of a second, we're living in that world that presented itself. And you flick out of it and you'll find that it was just as long as it took for you to blink your eyes, but it seemed like an hour. So our daydreaming is fast, it's random, and it's multi-level. And we're stretching ourselves into these areas without even knowing it. The fields around us have changed such that we have access to the source of our origin, which is not a singular picture, and it is unique for each person. So the more you feel, the more you start to come apart and start to function in so many different directions at once that you can't focus on an idea because your whole system is so fast that your idea is in and out and gone and replaced by something else in the blink of an eye. But if you do have to stop and show that in the world, it is there, stored in such a small place, at such a high speed, that you can access anything you want. And this is what the young people are doing. They find something that they're interested in, and they can access it, and they know more than the person who wrote the music, or the play, or whatever they're interested in, or the science. It's as if they have an unlimited, not an instruction book even, more than that, an unlimited sense of imagination, but reality in that imagination. So as we move further, it's all going to happen to us, to those who have never experienced it before, to those who suddenly feel their whole body is alive and have no reason why. They didn't do any exercise, run around the block, do push-ups. All of a sudden, the health factor within you and the well-being is alive. And it doesn't need any exercise to make it alive. As soon as I say it's alive, it is. As soon as you say it's alive, it is. And you can physically feel it. So the enormity of this simple approach to life is starting to show. Our ability is not measured anymore. It's experienced. Our joy for life just floods in at its own pace because there's nothing to stop it. And holding your focus in one direction, it's quite easy, but you know you're still active in many thousands of other directions. You can see the things flash into mind, but you don't use your mind. You're seeing them with something else. And it's all the open channels to the universe. Much science has gone into attempting to explain all this. But the only person that can explain it is you. And you can only explain it to you. As we move, we generate thousands of fields. The movement of the human body is so simple but complex that there's not enough joints that you can make in a robot to even make them look as animated as a human. They look robotic because there are thousands and thousands of transmissions from every part of your body and every part of your being around your body. And they can be measured. But the greatest measuring piece is another human body. So you can detect much more than anything in science can ever touch. And you don't need confidence. It just happens. When you're not aware of it even, it happens. You wake up when someone walks into the room, but you were asleep. And they didn't make a noise, but you're aware of their presence. A sleeping baby will move if you move in the room, or if you move your attention. All these things we've seen for many, many years. But now we're more advanced in our understanding of the things that are present that you can't see. In the next few days, you'll find this will come into the front of you instead of just being out there somewhere. It will be in your face, so that all the unique interactions, all the unique connections that you didn't make yourself aware of are going to make themselves known to you. You'll feel the buzz. You'll feel the activity in your hands. You'll feel your body fire up and your energy systems turn on. You'll feel the effect of somebody else's field immediately, and it'll be amplified to such an extent it will take your attention. And then all of a sudden, you'll be operating as a real working model human being instead of the pattern that the human being leaves behind. There are so many things that you'll feel just like you used to in the shopping centre. You feel the interaction of any agitation, and it's just sitting there for you to walk into. Now you'll feel your system fire up and turn that into harmony, and you'll get a thrill. So instead of living a life of fear, aggression and aggravation, with headaches and turmoil, you'll feel yourself coming to life and the light's turning on within you because it's your world. I've said for many, many years, everything in your world belongs to you, even the part of me that you can see. And you don't have to do anything to get anybody else to do what you want. You just allow it to be correct in your world, and it will be, because it belongs to you. And it is uniquely developed to fit exactly the way you need it in your world. This is part of the mystery of the universe. But it is the reality that belongs to each one of you. So as we progress, we become more settled because we can handle simplicity. But the greatest thing that's happening right now is that simplicity is starting to talk to you. There's a feeling, a knowing, an interaction, even a voice that's changed its tone to hold you in an honourable, uplifted framework of your own being. And as we step through each day, the days disappear and they're not part of a structure anymore. It's part of a beautiful life. A movie, yes. An experience, yes. But more than that, it's the opening to that world that can exist everywhere. The one that belongs to you. The one that's full of magic and miracles. The one that you can just go way above anytime you wish. And the one that you don't have to control, because it's all part of you. If we'd have said this many years ago, we'd have been confusing to everyone. And many who listen to me will think they're confused. But within a minute of hearing about your own reality, you will catch on to it and you'll take it as your own. And you'll live it with perfection because nobody else can interfere. They can only make it better. As we interact, our energy fields add to and enhance one another. This is the inevitable growth of the universe. It continues and it doesn't recycle. It brings things to a different energy form yes. But it also allows new interactions all the time. And so each time you even look at a rock, there's something different. Unless you don't look. Unless you only see the picture that you had yesterday. It's going to be difficult to maintain those old pictures. Each time you tell a story or show a movie or show a picture, it presents itself differently now. Even an old classic, when you look at it now, it's quite different to when you saw it the first time. And we tell ourselves, well, that was old style. But in fact, if you wait for a few minutes, you'll see the new picture in the new style. And it hasn't been physically changed. It's changed because of your world. Everything that's fed into your world is now very actively in tune with every unknown movement of your universal connection. As we listen to one another, we can often attempt to maintain ourselves in a particular frame of mind, hold up filters so that we can hear one another the way we want, and maintain dimensions that don't allow the interaction to go outside that specific dimension. What will happen from here is those dimensions will move such that they enhance one another, so that you get a better feeling about every interaction because of the movement of the dimensions that are in a random form. A form that you totally understand, but you cannot follow. And in reverse, you can follow and you don't know where you're going. But each moment is perfect. I think we're all at a stage where it's so simple to live on that elevated platform of living that we want to go further. And we're now about to pull down the veil and show you more than what you see in a young child. Show you the whole being and your own being that can access anything. We're about to reveal your true self and allow it to continue to grow ad infinitum. So there's no end. There's no achievement. There's just continued advancement. And the energy fields are yours. And they grow and grow and take you everywhere you wish to go in the world of your Creator and beyond. Because everything that's defined as a world is defined But there is no definition of anything in the universe unless it's a limited form. So anything that the universe can provide, it will. And the funny thing is, everything comes from there. So there's nothing at all in anybody's world that can't be done, that can't be provided. The miracles that we see as miracles will move into the stage where it's something we expect. And then there'll be more new miracles beyond that expectation again. So look forward to it and see that we've just uncovered enormous capabilities and strengths, high-speed memory systems that you've never imagined, supercomputers within people and within their world that can never be matched by anything they build in this world. All in the one person that you see when you look in the mirror. Listen to yourself, but take no notice. Look at yourself and take a lot of notice. Feel regularly and know that you don't have to be below the waterline. You can always be above, always feel safe, always feel secure, and always be looked after by the elegant beings who have destined themselves to support your livelihood for as long as you wish. There's never going to be a time when you can say this is it, because it's going to be every minute of every day. What we're opening now is what's been feared by those who control humanity for many years. The revelation that what we're seeing that we think is abnormal is normal. And we have the capability to surpass anything and everything, including lifting a house. We have all this available to us, and we don't have to learn about it. We will gradually see it, and we will gradually take it on. And in the meantime, it's very important to enjoy yourselves, to hold your expectations way past what you see, and then you will see much more than your expectations. Love one another as you've never loved before, and celebrate every day. I wish you perfect life, perfect health, and a really magic future. Thank you.